And it's been 20 years from that moment. Not 20, sorry, 17 years. I'm 20 years in a house. And then the best thing was that I realized that I have agoraphobia. I cannot go out of the house not because I feel bad in my stomach, but I feel bad in my stomach because I have agoraphobia. And I'm going to show you that book now. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. Author is Louise L. Hay, and this is the book I got from that precious man. I adore him for this. As you can see, it's in pieces now because I just copied it the other day. Because I was going through it a million times, not just for myself, but for others also. It's in English. I will give you a link on my site for where can you buy this book in case you want it. And in other videos, I'm going to give you treatments from this book. And what's the best thing about this book? Except that it's giving you the way how to overcome whatever you having state or illness or whatever. I call it disease. I call it dysfunction. I don't like calling it illness. And the best thing is that there is no recipe. I mean, there is not one recipe for every one of us. We can just read something like this book, some book similar or this one, and find our own way. There is no pressure. There is no you must, you have to. You just do as much as you can, when you can, any posture you can. You don't have to be in special posture. It doesn't ask anything of you that you cannot do. And that's, for me, that was the best thing ever because it gave me freedom. And I want to tell you one more thing. Before I got ill, I say ill because I was in a bed for 3 years and I really couldn't move from the bed. But first thing, before that, before I got ill, before I got into bed, I was like pretty religious. I'm Orthodox. In Serbia we are Orthodox. But since I was born, I'm born in a period of socialism, so the church was not so something that was religion was not something that many people would admire or follow the tradition or something. But I was the opposite. I went to church whenever I can because I liked it. I didn't know much about Bible, about Jesus or anything, but I like to go to church and light candles. So whenever I pass by a church and feel like it, I stop. But when I got into bed, I was very pissed at God. And I told him many ugly things. And I told him that I don't give a shit about him anymore, and that I don't care about religion. I don't care if he is existing or not, if he's going to punish me or not, because I thought I was such a good Christian and such a good person, and that I don't deserve to be in bed. That's how I saw it in that moment, which I suppose everyone does when they get ill. I suppose that's the first reaction, resentment towards God, because you have a feeling like God is punishing you. But so I didn't talk to God for 3 years at all. Before that, I talked to him all the time. And then when I got this book, I realized what was missing in my life. I thought I was a religious before, and I thought I believe in God, as everyone say, I believe in God. But this book helped me realize that it's not about believing, but it's about trusting. So I would like to change that I believe in God into I trust God. For me, that works much better. And as I see people around me, I think that for them it works much better also. So I got back to God, but in totally different way, totally healthy way, I think. And if you read a book called Shack, uh, or if you didn't, I will tell you that this book helped me see God as I needed him to be, like someone kind and sweet and nice. He's there for us, even though we curse him and we don't know why. We think he's punishing us. But when I look back after a few years working with this book, I realized that whatever happened to me that day when I got ill, when I got into a bed, was blessing. And I'm not kidding when I say blessing. My friends watch me like she's going crazy, when I say that. But it was really a blessing. I started totally different lifestyle, not a lifestyle, but I started living totally differently. And if I didn't got into a bed, if I didn't got agoraphobia, if my candida was not sky high and keep being sky high from time to time, I would never be able to change my life. I wouldn't have strength to say, no, I'm not going to work in a casino anymore, or to say, no, I'm not going to go out anymore. Even though I was that life was not satisfying for me. I would come home at night, and then before I go to sleep, I was like, where did I go? What did I do? Nothing. So it was not satisfying life. And even though it was not satisfying life, it was my life. And I loved it. So if I didn't uh, got that lesson to lay in bed for 3 years, I wouldn't change my life at all. And trust me, the change is enormous. And I will tell you some other time about it. But what's best about that change is that I found myself, I found my calling. That's the best thing you can do in my life. I mean, many people have their profession, working from 9 to 5 or whatever. They love their work. But I was someone who had many talents and loved many things, but couldn't stick to anything. And I thought that was a curse, you know. I'm still like that, but I'm much more satisfied because I realized what I love to do, and that's what I'm doing now. That's my dog scratching in behind me. Anyway, that's it for now. So, I'm agoraphobic. If I can do it, you can do it. Talk to you some other time. Mwah.